Action!
Finish him! Mileena wins.
Action!
Finish him! Mileena wins.
Action!
Finish her.
Action!
Brutality. Mileena wins.
Action!
Finish her. Mileena wins. Want a date? Badasserino. Raiden. Action figure ready.
I hope you know our fight wasn't personal.
Please, do you realize how many tournaments I've fought in?
Take one.
Action! Wow!
Dare threaten royalty?
Take two.
Action!
I must protect Earthrealm always.
Final take.
Action!
Finisher! Raiden wins.
Losing.
Take one.
Action!
A princess never fails.
Take two.
Action!
Fatality! Katana wins.
Omni-Man.
The pride of New York. Take one.
Action.
Not good enough. Stop staring.
Take two.
Action.
Finish him! Katana wins. Water wielder. That's cool.
Come after me, and I can't guarantee your safety.
That's fine, because I can't guarantee yours.
Take one.
Action.
Take two.
Action.
Finish him! Katana wins. Mr. Wizard. Serena.
If only Shang Tsung could have finished his experiments.
What did he have planned for my sister?
Take one.
Action.
Who says a princess can't
Take
fight?
two.
Action.
You have already failed.
Final take.
Action.
Finisher. Quan Chi wins.
You despise me because I'm low-born, don't you?
I despise your actions, not your caste, sorcerer.
Take one.
Action.
A princess never fails.
Take two.
Action.
Finish him! Katana wins. Mama's favorite. This guy is lit.
You look like me, but can you fight like me? Don't be surprised when I prove better.
Take one.
Action.
You have no good choices left.
Take two.
Action.
changes in the air.
Final take.
Action!
Finisher!
Select your hero.
Another day,
3,
another bounty.
2, 1. Fight!
Doctor's orders. Immortality beacon launched.
Score
Stay alive for me.
2-0. I am always ready to learn. 2, 1. Fight!
On the move! Scaling up!
Score 2-0.
I will not
3,
leave a
2,
broken world behind.
1. Fight! Match point.
Covering you.
Pain is innate. Stand up straight.
For you.
Victory! Play of the game.
So let's talk about high ground here. So the reason why high ground
I am always
is good
ready
is some
to
people
learn.
say, like you were saying, that it's hard for people to aim up at you, and that is true. However, it's also theoretically a little bit more difficult for you to aim down as well, right? Because you also are just aiming left, right, and up and down, but the angle increases the difficulty for you to aim a little bit, right? But it's proportionately the same, so it's a net neutral. Do you see what I'm saying? Now, what high ground does that is inarguably good are two good things.
Thanks for the upgrade.
Let me give you a perspective of this. You see my vision right here? Okay?
Yeah.
Do you see my vision here?
Going up. I should try that
See
again.
the difference? Right. It's just simply you can actually see more and make decisions about who you want to shoot easier. There's more to see. You can see your threats. You can see the status of the battlefield easier. And for soldier, yes, you can do a lot of damage to tanks, but like let's say you wanted to shoot the squishy. Maybe from high ground, you have better vision to shoot easier to kill targets. So you end up doing more pressure, more value because you can see easier from the high ground, right? Simple combat, right? This isn't exactly new or easy. This is just real life, right? Like you go to the top of a mountain to see further. Get more information to make good decisions about the battlefield. But the other reason why high ground is powerful, and this is really important to remember, is what's the difference between this position here and the position that I was just on right now? What's the difference? Right. Now think about it in terms of safety. Do I have cover where I am at right now? You see this?
A little bit, but
Right.
not as much.
Okay, so you see how I can utilize this corner here? Now you said I don't have as much cover, and yet if I go up here, where's my cover? Yes. So actually, high ground doesn't necessarily, it's still good, but it doesn't demand you to have a wall or corner to stand next to, because the very floor becomes the cover. Do you see it? You see?
Unless like they have like a Pharaoh or an Echo.
Of course, or somebody else contesting you on high ground, right? But if all the enemies are on the low ground or are not flying, as you said, then the very floor becomes permanent cover. So it's actually easier to leverage cover if you're on high ground than if you're on the floor, and you have better vision. And that's pretty much why high ground matters. The aiming thing is definitely a factor, but it's less so a factor. I will say one thing that's different is when you're on high ground, generally you have the entire enemy team in front of you, whereas if I'm the training bot down here, I might have to look up, and then I might have to look right, and then I have to look left and right. Oftentimes high ground, because it has a better vantage point, allows you to kind of keep everything in front of you, and so there's no surprises. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The other thing as well is you can kind of selectively choose, make it a little bit harder for you to shoot because only parts of your hitbox are available. Whereas if you're on the low ground, technically any shot that hits is my head or my body, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me questions with that.
No. Actually,
Okay.
another thing I remembered was Soldier. You were asking like what his purpose is that you can like run around and constantly take new angles as him. So like keeping the enemy like, where is he? Where is he?
Right,
Be from
right,
the left,
right.
the right, all that kind
Right.
of stuff.
Now let's continue this conversation because angles are unquestionably good with Soldier. But let's talk about why they're good, and then also what are the weaknesses of off angles. So like let's say you are playing a Soldier. This will be easier to draw on my favorite trash program, Microsoft Paint.
Oh, nice.
the only great, and drawn with a mouse as well, so you know it's going to be high quality.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say this is your tank line. This is the enemy tank line right here. Let's say you're Mr. Green here. Okay, so Mr. Green Soldier Man. What are the advantages of playing inside of your tank line, like next to your supports? What are the advantages of this position?
I mean,
Instead of flanking.
Usually you're like safe behind your tank, stuff like that. But it
Safe to
like,
what? What do you mean safe?
Like maybe you have like a Reinhardt in front of you or an Orisa in front of you.
Okay.
That's kind of like absorbing the damage.
Sure.
But like I feel like you don't get as much. At least what I've learned is you don't get as much value.
What do you mean
playing
value?
Right next to your tank. Value as in like you don't have perfect view of the enemies that you want to kill, because usually their support is kind of like in the back of that red area.
Right.
Like they'll have an Ana back there, or maybe they'll have a Kiriko hiding back there, spamming kunai at you. So like you can go to the far right and like wait a second while they're distracted, and maybe even just distracting one of them, not killing them, stops them from healing their teammates, so your teammates have an easier fight. Like you don't even have to kill them, just bothering them is enough.
This is a skull. This implies that the enemy tank died. So just in case you're curious,
okay.
this is some next level artwork here.
Yeah, this is art.
Okay. So yeah, you're exactly right. So I think playing inside of your team means it's easier to get healed, right? You can benefit from things like BAP window. It's easier to follow up off of your tank's pressure. I do think that oftentimes playing inside of your tank means that it's easier to put damage on the enemy tank so that you can win the tank trade. But as you said, we have to talk about the downsides as well. Harder to get pressure and get picks and distractions on the targets that are easier and more valuable, like the supports, because the visual clutter, right? What's another advantage of going on a flank or an angle? Let me ask you a question. What happens when the enemy team has Earth Shatter, Graviton Surge, Orisa Ult, Diva Bomb, Primal... You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, when they have a big ult like that. Well,
or even a BAP window or Kiriko ult, right? What happens when you're here?
I also get Earth Shattered. I also get mowed down by the window, all that stuff.
Right.
But if I'm like away from my team, actually you'll notice like a Reinhardt will Earth Shatter, and then you can just keep putting bullets into the Reinhardt as he's trying to go shoot, as he's trying to like go finish off your teammates. Right.
I've got somebody in my chat says less susceptible to cleave, and that's the case with all types of cleave, ultimate value or non-ultimate value. Reinhardt fire strikes, random Orisa javelins, hog spam, things like that. You force the enemy team to be more selective. Now, the weakness is, as we said, is that you are more susceptible to not getting support from your team, correct? You're easier to isolate and kill. Now, how does Soldier cope with that?
So Soldier has his own healing. That kind of helps with the whole not having your support right next to you. Right. So that you rely less on your team's sustain, and even your legs allow you to run and grab health packs faster than other people can. Yeah, that too. Right. Okay. Keep going. Why else is Soldier less reliant? I feel like he gets just more value in general from being apart from his team rather than sitting next to your tank and trying to help him 2v1 the other tank, from what I've seen in my own play. Like, what if you were playing a Bastion? Bastion definitely. Bastion? Yeah, sure. How fast does a Bastion melt an enemy tank? Very fast. Okay. How fast is a Soldier? Soldier has low damage output. I wouldn't say compared to others, right? Lower damage output, but he has higher mobility, higher self-sustain, higher. Even like Helix is something that isn't as effective on a tank line, but a Helix on a Squishy or on a Tracer or on a Genji is problematic, right? It's infinitely better. Yeah, absolutely. So Soldier, now, when might you need to be careful about taking an angle or a flank as really any hero? What are some heroes or situations that can make it problematic? Like overstay your welcome. But what does that mean? So imagine you're on the left right here, that green box, and 3 enemies are coming towards you, and you see them coming towards you, but you don't run away fast enough, so even your legs can't help you get away. Right. So that's like overstaying your welcome. Or if you... Right. Because let me stop you right there. I'm gonna allow it, because you're absolutely right. So then you've already gotten your value, correct? By distracting 3 enemies at a good time. That means that your Rhine or tank should win the tank war, right? So then you've already done your job, as you said, so we no longer need to be here. We can go back and resume safe positioning after baiting the enemy tank to chase us. So it's a 3-for-1 trade that works great as long as we survive. Okay, keep going, sorry. So like, if I ended up pushing up further and just tried to like get into the back of the room, that might be a mistake too, because then you might have and at this point, you're so far up that not even right.
bit of multiplication helps because if you consider on a scale of 1 to 5 how much value your flank gets times how long you're able to stay there, let's say in terms of seconds. If you're flanking all the way into the back line and you're on top of them, that's a 5, right? That's super valuable. They're all tournament years. But like, let's say you go so aggressive that you're only able to stay 1 second, right? How much value do you get on that flank? 5, right? Whereas like, let's say you took something like this initial green box here, which was not as aggressive. How aggressively would you rate that 1 through 5? Alright, let's say 2.5. And how long do you think you should stay there? 3 seconds? 3.5? So even just this one right here, our net pressure value is already 50% higher than the super aggressive one. Right? And not only that, but because we might die here, then there's a long downtime before we're able to do it. Whereas here, maybe we're only able to stay for 2.5 seconds, but then you run away, grab a health pack, and then 5-10 seconds later, we do it again, right? So maybe it's not even 7.5 or 5, maybe it's 7.5, and we can do it 2 times in a fight, right? And so it's actually 3 times as strong, and you get what I'm saying. So it's about risk versus reward.
That's all I learned so far. That rather than trying to help your tank do 2-1 tank fight, is that maybe you go experiment with the flank.
Sure.
I know that you get some experience in knowing how far you can extend.
Yes.
And how far you can
Right. And to me, that's the most important thing you can be doing. Because the key thing is that Overwatch has so much nuance that I can't ever sit down on a call and explain every single situation to you. You have to experiment. That's the best thing you can do. I encourage soldier players to sit behind the rhino and shoot me in the face for a couple days. See how far. When is it good? When is it bad? Okay, now go take a flank. When is it good? When is it bad? Right? When is it good to go hard? Right? What heroes are really hard to go hard flanks again? Like, what about Tracer? You know, if they're running Tracer, Genji, Soldier, Winston, Wrecking Ball, you want to still take angles and flanks, but you have to be more careful, right? Because those heroes are really good. Maybe even better. You see what I'm saying? So, right. So the most important thing you can be doing when you're learning as a first-person shooter, like you are, is to experiment. Is to try different things, see what works, see what doesn't work, try and figure out the logic behind it, because that's so much better than just following a guide, you know? So there's 2 other things that I want to introduce that I didn't get a chance to talk about during this session. One is cover resources. If you're familiar with my channel, you need to do some YouTube, but I'd like to go over this really quickly and talk about why they're important in this game. So, to talk about cover usage, when I mean by cover usage, it doesn't always necessarily mean that I'm playing always next to a corner, but as many times as much as possible can. The reason for that is that honestly, just playing your cover doesn't stop you from getting shot, but it can also often stop you from dying. And what I mean by that is, let's say I'm playing versus a hero that doesn't have a one-shot. If that target starts to shoot me at this point in time, I have given time to be able to reach the vulnerability before I die. Whereas if I'm playing here, if I start getting shot, there's a travel time from going from point A to point B that might be long enough that I die before I get to vulnerability where I get to cover. Cover's important, guys. Cover's important. It's not just about reducing the amount of damage you're doing. It's also about reducing the chances that you die. And that's the most important piece of cover. So I don't care if you're playing Widowmaker, I don't care if you're playing Tracer, Soldier, any of the hit scan heroes. It's really important for you guys to cover as much as possible you can, whether you're in a team or whether you're on the flank. The other thing that's equally as important is not had a lot of discussion, so I'm not going to go into detail, a brief overview. So when we talk about whether you're playing inside of the team or whether you're taking the flank, it doesn't really matter what you do so much as that you make the flank the lane. For example, if I'm playing Tracer, usually I'm going to be on the flank. However, it's not just on the flank, but also on the flank close to the In other words, when I'm flanking, I'm not generally going to be flanking in the back line and shooting at this range, right? This doesn't make any sense. It's not playing my real strength. Instead, I might try and flank and look to shoot more at this range, where it's 10, 15, 25 meters, somewhere in that range of my damage side. And the important thing to note about this is that every hero has a different range signature. Cassidy has something more mid-range. It can also be close range or more mid-range. Ashe is more mid to long range. Okay? Widowmaker, I might play inside my team or I might play far away. But regardless, I'm going to be taking angles that are generally longer. Now, this is a pretty nuanced thing to understand. It's very difficult to understand, but the reason why it's important is because oftentimes when you're playing that range, it can also be a competition. We spend a lot of time in the video talking about soldier. So if I'm playing soldier versus a Widowmaker and I'm on the flank, I'm going to be looking for shorter, tighter flanks that can sneak up on the Widowmaker. If I'm playing soldier versus a composition like a Reaper May, I'm going to be playing almost like a sniper. I might still be on the flank, but I'm going to be playing longer sightlines, playing like the almost sniper hero that I am versus that composition. So once again, cover usage is extremely important. Reduce the amount of damage that you take, reduce the amount of chances of you dying, and then understanding the range of your hero in relation to the composition you're playing versus will help you with positioning. So high ground, we talk about high ground, but it's about angles versus playing with your team. We talk about range. We talk about cover usage. And crucial things to understand when you're playing DPS, especially hit scan and Overwatch 2. If you have any questions, let me know, and hope you enjoyed the video.
If you don't know of or aren't using these tips in Overwatch 2, you're literally trolling. These tips are incredibly important to play DPS more effectively in Overwatch 2. Let's not waste any time. When you're playing Ashe, it's incredibly important to send your Bob on an off angle from your sightlines to establish a crossfire. Bonus points if you can hit a squishy for burst damage and get a crossfire simultaneously. Bastion's primary fire in recon mode is surprisingly high, but many Bastion players just smash the button down without taking the time to aim your shots. Utilize trigger control to selectively aim and fire your shots for better DPS on targets that are tricky to track. Cassidy's new movement restricting grenade is incredibly powerful, but make sure to avoid spamming it for no reason so you don't get caught with your pants down when you need it the most. It can be used to disrupt tanks, assassinate squishies, win 1v1s, and just to generally force valuable cooldowns. Combo jump with your flight ability on Echo to launch yourself up faster. Bonus tip is to change hold flight setting to on so that you can tap your jump and your flight to gain height, and put your flight on cooldown immediately so that you can use it again sooner. Dash cancels the shuriken animation, so many Genjis use the shuriken dash shuriken combo. However, did you know that dash does not speed up how fast you can spam shurikens? This means that if you dash cancel shurikens, your next shurikens will be slightly delayed. For optimal close range one-shot combos, dash first and hold down your shurikens during the dash animation for an instantaneous combo. Hanzo's Sonic Arrow should be used for scouting purposes, giving you info on flanks that you want to use or that may be used by enemies, giving you an advantage in duels. As you can see here, this Sonic Arrow gives me information that this hallway is safe for me to use and is not being utilized by enemies. Unfortunately, it didn't give me information on the choke past it. Don't be greedy with Junkrat's Riptire. Going for team kills only often gets your tire broken. A single kill in Overwatch 2 is essentially a team fight win, so take it whenever the opportunity presents itself. Mei's primary fire doesn't exactly freeze people anymore, however it can be used in combo with her ultimate to freeze people in her blizzards slightly faster. Pharah's hover tech is surprisingly easy to get the hang of once you know the secret. Make sure to tap your jet fuel instead of mashing it to allow the fuel to slightly recharge after each use. Combine this with proper jump jet cooldown management and you'll have infinite fire. Reapers should always combine one shot from the shotgun into their ultimate for a nice animation cancel and a slightly faster kill on target. Plus, your ult gives you a free read. Sojourn Slide is a powerful mobility tool with some verticality issues. However, jumping first, then sliding immediately, then canceling the slide immediately with another jump will grant you extra height from your slide. Use this to access several normally inaccessible high grounds for quick repositions. Soldier's ult aims for you, but you still should be manually aiming for the head. If your crosshair is on the enemy head, it will headshot in your ultimate for a faster kill. Many Sombras hack and the close assassins quickly. But did you know that you can press both hack and your stealth button combo at the same time? This helps to speed up the process of making enemies not So Magic Teleporter feels like a crucial team ability, but in execution, it can feel impossible to coordinate in a ranked environment. It's generally much more consistent and arguably more viable to use your teleporter selfishly to set up turret bombs, flanks, off angles, and just generally distract the enemy. Don't hesitate to use it whenever you like. Formula and Spirit should always be set up on an off angle with cover to help establish a crossfire whenever possible, like Ash's bot. Try to predict where the fight is going to happen to help pick a spot. Alternatively, turret can also be used as a distraction whenever you go for insane flanks. Tracer's Pulse then Blink is a popular tech that is often misused. If your target isn't looking, just walk and stick them. No fancy tech. Save the Blink plus Pulse combo when the enemy is aware of your position, or when the distance between you and your target is too long. Widow's Grapple is an important repositioning tool versus dive threats. However, if there are no dive threats, simply using your grapple to reposition for surprise shots onto the enemy backline is extremely potent. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave me any questions you have in the comments, and that's it.
I think in my head, I was thinking that I can't actually drop down main because the cast main will kill me, but you know, my object permanence doesn't exist.
But you see what I'm saying? That's the
the
definition of dynamic positioning, where one spot is closed, one spot is open. They go to close the one that's open, and by going to close the one that's open, they expose themselves to little damage. Hey guys, this is my in-depth guide to dynamic positioning. This isn't just for support, this is also for DPS. There's a couple non-negotiables. You should always be positioning your cover, you should always have sightlines onto your team and preferably also the enemy team, and you should also be playing at a range that benefits your hero the most, whether it's up close for some heroes or further away from heroes like Zenyatta and Ana and so on. Dynamic positioning is pretty tough, so let me know if you have any questions in the comments. If you're interested in supporting me further, check out my Patreon and coaching, link in the description, and enjoy the video.
Hell yeah.
Is that you have to dynamically position a lot. That's something that I've been coaching for quite a long time, since Overwatch 2 started. And it started with when I was coaching Landon on Ana, how to play versus dive, and he was kind of brand new to Ana. And we talked about how, like, if you stand in one spot in Overwatch 2, the missing the Diva Matrix that you're talking about earlier, right? Yeah. You will die. You will die most of the time. And the same thing applies to Zenyatta. However, there are some exceptions. If you are here as Zenyatta, this is what I would describe in Overwatch 2 as a power position, okay? And there aren't very many power positions in Overwatch 2 where you honestly can almost AFK from here. You kind of see what I'm saying? You might have to react to a Tracer or a Cassidy rotating on you, but it's so powerful that you need to get here as quickly as you possibly can. And the best thing is once you're here, you can react and rotate accordingly to what they do. But you need to get here now because the fight's starting and you're nowhere to be seen.
Yeah.
But if we're talking dynamic positioning, okay? Which means rotate based off of what the enemy team gives you. What is the enemy team giving you right now?
From this spot, I would just go back so on,
ready for
I guess,
this?
your screen to the right.
You don't even need to do that.
Yeah.
You controlling this sightline here, look at how Binvest reacts. You see how, even shoot, right?
Yeah, he's got to be behind it.
They have to be behind. So now what rotation is free to you if you have to kite from Cassidy?
Oh, wait, I could just drop off.
You could just walk out and rotate this way. Do you see that?
Okay.
And then now the Cassidy has the power angle, yes, but you've rotated away from a threat. And now you can rotate here, here, with your Echo and take this sightline.
Yeah, actually, now that I see that the cast is... Okay. I think in my head, I was thinking that I can't actually drop down main because the cast main will kill me, but you know, my object permanence doesn't exist.
But you see what I'm saying? That's the
mean.
definition of dynamic positioning, where one spot is closed, one spot is open. They go to close the one that's open, and by going to close the one that's open, they've exposed themselves to rotating elsewhere, right?
Yeah,
if the cast is on main, you can't rotate. Cast isn't on main, you can rotate.
Yep.
You see, that's if you react with what's given, and the best part about it is if you're the faster person rotating, you're going to catch people with their pants down. Because you're going to drop here, you're going to discord Bap and he's going to die. Or you're going to drop here and you're going to discord Tracer and hit a body shot and she's going to die. She's not going to know that you're there. So it's really on you to be able to proactively react, and if you can do that, you win. And the reason why it's so important for flex support is because you're slow and fat, right? Ana, Zen, Bap. But it's extremely rewarding if you can anticipate before. Because like a Kiriko can react to this. You can't. You have to predict. Or I guess, let me put it this way. You can't react when he's already there. You have to see it coming, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
I guarantee you do it right now without thinking about it half the time. Which is why you're, the rank that you are. But if you're aware of it and you practice it with more intention, you will succeed in the times that you're failing. Like for example, that fight you lose because you didn't know. You probably didn't even know why you lost, or like, oh, I should have backed up. But also where and when and how. And let's keep thinking about dynamically positions.
Yeah.
Where should you have gone here? What was open?
Top left.
Top left. Right. As soon as he rotates out this direction, this spot gets uncomfortable. Your position is now compromised. Where should you go? Like you said, top left. So fine. Okay, screw you. I'm gonna give you attention, but I'm gonna rotate over here, or I'm gonna continue to rotate, like you said, all the way over to here. And not only does that provide an advantage versus the Orisa, but that is a dynamic rotation around what the enemy team did. If he's gonna invest time to rotate, so am I. And then guess what's gonna happen? He's gonna take top, and now who is the advantage here?
Well, he does, because.
Right.
Oh, you're saying if
you had rotated.
No, if I'm still rotated, I mean, he's got a really tight choke.
Yeah.
I think I can still get him.
I think you have the advantage in this 1v1 right here.
Yeah.
I think at this range.
Because he's got fall off. Yeah.
I think you have the advantage. So, and this is perfect. And worst case scenario, if you're like, I don't like this, I could just rotate back and still put out value here, right? So like, there's just the problem here is that as soon as they do a rotation or a flank, you freeze.
Okay.
But remember, by him going right, that means one fewer resource that's stopping you from going left.
Go left. Walk left. Or take inside right and take the long angle.
Right. This sightline, cancer. Awful. Instant death. But if you go here, legit here.
It's a lot better.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's weird. It's usually with Zenyatta, you don't do this stuff because usually you're the sniper, right? Usually you're the sniper, but right now you're not. They're the snipers because they're all in on that, right? Widow, Zen, everything, right? The only thing that you wouldn't want to get too close to is the Orisa, right? But here we go. So
let's say
this is suicide.
Press pause for a second.
Yeah.
Say their Sojourn was a tracer. Do I still go right side?
You tell me. It's a good question.
No.
It's a great question.
I think I get farmed if I go right side and they're on tracer.
Okay. Where's their tracer? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I know. I'm saying in like.
You're talking in broad terms, and I'm giving you the answer by asking another question.
Okay, that's fair.
Where is their tracer? If the tracer's right, yeah, probably not. Don't want to meet her there. If you hear tracer left, go left. Or here's another question: Where's your Ana? Where's your Winston? You know what I'm saying? If you have people rotating, somebody rotating right, you don't need to be scared going with them. You'll be fine. Even just one person here versus a tracer is fine, right? But if you see the tracer right and you just see your monkey and your supports here, okay, then maybe you rotate here and cut off the Widow sightline, but you can get value, spam value versus the Orisa and the tracer. Do you see this?
Yeah. I think in my brain it's seeing it as black and white versus seeing it as a very dynamic thing.
It's still black and white, but it's black and white and black and white. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not just a 2-option decision. It's like a 2 or 3 step kind of thing where it's like, yes, Widow, get close. That's pretty much it. Now you can sniper occasionally, but you need to get closer. Tracer, stay far. That's pretty much it. However, how do you balance those two conflicting ices and heats? You know what I'm saying? Can you take a long angle without Widow? Can I rotate away from Tracer and still keep a short angle on Widowmaker, right? And the answer is usually yes. Yeah, usually yes. So like what you're doing here is insanity, right? If anything here,
I'm dead here.
You should be here. You should be here, right? This is perfect. Like, nothing's going to snipe you out at this angle. You've created distance from the Orisa. You've created range on the Sojourn and Bap. This is perfect. And you have a nice sightline on your Winston as well. You should die here. And even if you don't die here, look at your ultimate charge. Look at the amount of damage that you're doing.
Yeah.
Spooky. Right?
Yeah, he's the distraction.
Now this is good, right? Why? You don't even realize it, but you've applied dynamic positioning in your brain, and you don't even realize it. Without even moving.
We're in this together.
You'll always be mine.
All of us.
You're embarrassing me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Let's get this done. They're moving the payload. Shut it down.
Dodge this.
Stop the payload. Not so fast. I'm on my game now. Got you. Not so fast.
No one can defend me.
Might have to adjust my approach.
They're moving the payload. Shut it down. Disrupting. Railgun.
This ends now.
Calculated. Double.
Let's get back to basics.
You're falling apart.
Think I'd ever let you down?
Area denial.
Setting out the welcome mat.
Breaking them down. Get ready. Railgun powered and ready to fire.
Burning the building.
Dodge this.
Let the Kitsune got you. Clear out.
60 seconds remaining. This ends now. Recharging.
Disrupting.
Team kill. If They won't quit. Neither will I.
10 seconds
Keep
remaining.
it tight. These last moments are crucial. Breaking them down. Let them keep pushing.
Victory.
Time to let off.
Play of the game.
I've got you in my sights. One for everyone.
Come on, Snowball. They need our help. Ooh, that's precise. I'm completely warmed up. Nice shot, me. We could have just talked it out.
Double kill.
Stay back next time. Ni hao.
5, 4,
Ice wall
3,
coming up.
2, 1. Move out.
See ya. Now I'll get you. Out of snow. Enemies here. I'm out of
3 enemies remaining. Two enemies remaining.
Now I'll get you. Almost. Ooh, this is a good one.
1 enemy remaining.
Come on out. Let's do this, Snowball. I'm going to get you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move out.
拦住他们了。牛年快乐！愚公移山。Hang in there. Load up. going to get you. Climbing that. I'm putting a rock in
3
this
enemies
one.
remaining.
I'm
There's
completely
only
warmed up.
one target left. Hunt them down, soldier.
Ooh, this is a good one. I almost got you that time. Thank you. The important thing is to keep learning. I need more snow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move out.
Sorry, I'm sorry. 有本事就翻过去。Hey, no fair. This is a good one.
3 enemies remaining.
I need to find some good snow.
2 enemies
Only
remaining.
physics. Now I'll get you. I almost got you. Now where are they?
Mission accomplished.
Try climbing.
Play of the game.
Thumbs up to that.